Westy was very nervous person. Very, very good goalkeeper, but very nervous before a game. He'd throw up, you know, before a game. He was so nervous, and once he got out there, he was fine. Yeah. Tommy was a good tackler, quick, very difficult to beat. I played against him many a time in practice, and always found that he had quite knobbly knees, Tommy, and he was an awkward tackler, so he used to catch you with a knobbly knee in your thigh and you'd get a dead leg, you know, and you say, oh, Tommy, you know, and it was one of those things. He wasn't a dirty player, but he was strong. Ray was probably the best full-back in the world at the time he was at Everton, and that was coming towards the end of his career, really, you know. I mean, I know he won the World Cup in '66. Jimmy was Scott, who wonderful spirit. I liked the jocks. They were all good characters, and Jimmy was no exception. He was a wonderful player to have in your side. No lost causes with Jimmy. Great, either at the back or if you put him up front, you know, he'd give you 110%, and he was an excellent player, Jimmy. It's all been said, but the thing I remember Brian for was wonderful personality, big man, big character, and he was a big player. You know, he was for Everton. He was brilliant, and there couldn't be a bigger Evertonian anywhere in the world, I don't think, than Brian. He lived for Everton, and he's sadly missed, actually. I was good friends with Brian, you know, because we more or less started there together at Everton. He didn't go in the army. He was about a year, just over a year younger than me. I don't know, somebody must have pulled some strings. I had to do national service. He didn't. He might have talked his way out of it, but because he was a clever lad, Brian, yeah. But smashing bloke, and miss him greatly. Brian came to the club as a winger, a left winger, but they moved him back, and he made a wonderful job of defender, you know, as a wing half, as they were then. And he could defend, he could look after himself, you know, and he was quite quick. Being a winger, he was quite quick, and he could use the ball very well. Yeah, he was a strong player, good player, Brian. Scotty was, for a winger, big, strong lad for a winger. I got an awful lot of goals from Scotty because he used to get to the line. I knew he was going to get a cross in, you know, and I'd just get into the middle and either get a head on it or even side foot, easy, you know, 5-yarders, bang. He was, for a big lad, he was very, very quick. No finesse really, it was just a matter of get the ball, touch, shove it past, cross it, great. Well, Mike was, again, I touched on it earlier, that he was in training and in Central League, which we had then, he was always could score goals. Not a big lad, but didn't have to be, quite sharp. As I say, he had that goal sense. He'd always get on the end of it, yeah. Well, Youngie was, well, a crowd favourite, of course, because he was so graceful. He was another, about my size, but wonderful header of the ball. His timing was immaculate for heading, and his skill on the ground was, as I said, in the final, if he'd have been through, he'd have taken the mickey out the keeper probably. But he was wonderful, wonderful ball control, quiet man. Colin was a very, very strong footballer. He had a wonderful engine. You know, he must have had big heart and lungs. He could run all day, but great skill. You know, Colin, and he liked to tackle. Again, no lost causes. So we had a few, you know, who get in there, and Colin was one of them. Yeah, great.